J'ai maintenant le plaisir de vous présenter notre dernière conférencière. Azadeh est cofondatrice et PDG de Vital Tracer. Elle a un parcours impressionnant dans le domaine de la recherche et aussi de l'enseignement supérieur, où elle a démontré ses compétences en leadership, en planification d'entreprise, en exploration de données et en gestion de projet. Elle a un doctorat en génie biomédical axé sur les dispositifs médicaux portables et qui tire profit de l'apprentissage automatique et de l'apprentissage profond pour arriver à développer des algorithmes d'intelligence artificielle. Sa start-up produit une montre intelligente qui permet de surveiller les signes vitaux. On l'a vu, si vous étiez là en début de conférence, on a vu le petit vidéo promotionnel qui montrait la montre en question. Et l'objectif de la compagnie, c'est de fournir une plateforme où, grâce à la technologie, on peut réduire les risques de maladies cardiovasculaires grâce à une surveillance constante et un suivi des signes vitaux. Donc, c'est vraiment un produit qui vient révolutionner le monde de la prévention et du diagnostic précoce dans la recherche sur les maladies cardiovasculaires. So, Azadeh, I will invite you to talk to us about your story, your company, but also how you've been living this fantastic experience of starting a startup in the domain of health technologies.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Actually, the way that I'm going to present, it's a bit different than the Jade and Sarah. I'm going to present the way that I usually go and present in the time of the pitches and competitions. So then your audience can see that, like, kind of the way that usually in doing startups happening. So I start then you can ask any question if you have. So all of us has experienced rising our blood pressure. For example, when we have a job interview, or me right now giving this speech. These rises are normal, but in some people, it becomes serious and need to be addressed. Hi, my name is Azadeh, and I'm CEO and co-founder of the Vital Tracer, a medical smartwatch which is measuring all your vital signs through your wrist. So it's basically like an Apple Watch, but being a medical device. And our secret sauce is measuring the blood pressure continuously and without cough. 1.56 billion of people globally suffer from high blood pressure. This includes 80% of elderly, and it's still first reason of death. Canada alone is spending $250 billion annually to treating this chronic disease. And the current device available in the market are cuff-based, which is cuff goes around the arm, inflate and deflate. So it's inconvenient, bulky, and not possible to continuous monitoring. And different studies show that it's possible to prevent hypertension by diagnosing it at the early stage, but of course, it needed continuous monitoring, and with the current device, which is a cuff base, it's not possible. That's why the solution become Vital Tracer, a medical smartwatch, which is measuring all your vital signs through your wrist using optical sensor and AI technology. So it's not only measuring your blood pressure, but also oxygen level, skin temperature, respiratory rate, heart rate variability, and more. So that's why it's a perfect device for remote health monitoring, specifically during pandemic. And how it works, it has a Bluetooth inside, transfer the data to the smartphone, and from the smartphone connected to the online cloud. And it's easy to share with the family doctor, caregiver, and in case of abnormality, it can alarm to the system. We have an extensive team of experts, including myself, who has a 10 years experience working on a cuffless blood pressure monitoring using AI and optical sensor, 10 years working on a wearable technology as well. My co-founder, Zahra, she has a PhD in AI technology and project manager. And we have Ali, our CTO, who has 5 other national and international patent regarding the different medical devices, and Abuza is master from Johns Hopkins for internet security and our online cloud, and we have a front SOA, MBA, and business part of our technology. We also have an extensive team of experts in advisory. So we have a biomedical expert professor at university, having a coach at D3. And also we have a cardiologist, pediatrician, and professor specifying in AI technology. And so we are selling our technology in terms of not only hardware, but also we have a SaaS model, which is all the data goes to the online cloud and it's analyzed and it gives a simple report to the end user, which is seniors and caregivers, to understand easily about how their body work. And but also it's able to share with the healthcare provider and nurses. So assume that as a senior home, it's perfect for a senior to monitor their vital signs and for caregiver to know about the beloved one health status. And of course, we can customize our technology for long-term system and as well as other companies which is available. So in terms of the hardware and software. For 2020 and next year, we have a plan only selling to the researchers. And the reason that we are validating our beta technology prototype, then we will have a niche revenue, but at the same time, they're going to publish a paper and we receive a credibility as well. But our main target market are more senior homes who need the senior nurses need to manage all the senior at the same time. It's very hard, specifically during pandemic. And also hospital for post-surgery monitoring. It's a perfect for them. We already have a 2 patent regarding one about a cuffless blood pressure monitoring and second one for calibration, the oxygen saturation in the blood using the optical sensor and AI on a wrist. Of course, this is my favorite slide that usually people compare us right away with the Apple, Samsung, and Fitbit and say that, oh, okay, what's the big difference between you and Apple? First, Apple is not measuring the blood pressure monitor continuously. The second one, that they are not a medical device. We are concentrating on a chronic patients, specifically on a hypertension and senior home, but Apple and Fitbit and other wearable available in the market more concentrating on a healthy subject and it's more electronic consumers. And the other last one that we could localize our information, localize our cloud for their hospital and senior homes. So they're gonna keep all the confidential information for themselves. And we are only using the result for our cloud to make it more accurate algorithms. And that's a one big value proposition that we have and differentiate us between us versus the Apple and Fitbit. And if you want to compare us with the other technology available in the market, which is a measuring blood pressure, they are cuff-based, so not possible to continuous monitoring. And they are not as an all-in-one device. So we are not only measuring blood pressure, but also all vital signs in one. And of course, there are other startups in a market that they are trying to do different ways or similar ways to monitor, like Actia. But Actia is a bracelet which is only measuring the blood pressure and not all vital signs. So in conclusion, I can say that we are a medical device like blood pressure, have a very accurate results, and medical doctors can better diagnose or better treatment of their patient by using our technology. But at the same time, it's very comfortable like Apple and Fitbit to using their daily activity. And what we have so far achieved that when we established our official company, I was working as a PhD full-time student. So I did not, I was only concentrating on a proof of concept and build the algorithm to make sure that our secret sauce is working properly. But then in 2018, 2019, I moved to Montreal and started concentrating on the business side. So we finished and wrapped it up our R&D in terms of our technology, and then built our alpha and beta prototype. And then right now we are doing our clearance for Health Canada to go and test our clinical trial. And of course, we did a very good $1 million non-dilutive grant as a money. And what we are going to do as a milestone for the next year, that we are going to finish one more patent that we have it for detecting COVID at the early stage by continuous monitoring vital signs. And that's another key success that we got during this pandemic. And we are going to open our seed round to raise a $3 million. Of course, at the same time, we're doing manufacturing, clearance, clinical validation in hospital, and of course, scale up. This is how usually when you go and pitch for investors that you are going to ask for a couple of $1 million and how you are going to divide the money and spend their money. And this is our 2019 technology. This is our 2020 this year technology, which is improved. And we are going to work on a patch on a chest that is hopefully going to support by prompts as well. And with a whiteout tracer, your health's going to be in your hand, or better yet, on your wrist. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Azadeh. It's very impressive, and I really look forward to see what your company is going to achieve in the next few years, especially having gone through, going through Health Canada certification, and I assume at some point in the future, FDA certification. These are big milestones that people who are not in the medical device industry do not always appreciate to their full extent. So I really wish you the best for that, and I really look forward to see your company growing in the future. Thank you very much for your talk.